Hi everyone, welcome back to Sky English. I'm Vicky.
Gaya.
Today we've got an interesting topic that's been buzzing in China, seating etiquette in cars, especially when it comes to the front passenger seat. Do you sit or not to seat? Gaia, have you heard about this front seat controversy?
Yes, I have. So I was watching some videos on social media. So I came across a video the other day where a girl's uncle picked her up from school and she sat in front of the seat, in front seat, okay? But her aunt was upset because she thought that the seat should be hers. The next time, the girl sat in the back, and then the uncle was unhappy, thinking she was treating him like a driver. So it's so fascinating how something as simple as where you sit in a car can cause a big debate. But I have heard it's a bigger deal in China compared to Malaysia. What is it like over there, Vicky?
Yeah, it's a huge deal here. In China, car seating is actually quite formal and follows specific rules. For example, most cars have 5 seats, but those seats are sort of assigned based on the relationships and roles of the passengers. It's not just about sitting wherever you want. For instance, when the host drives the car, the order of seating should be front passenger seat first, then the rear right seat, rear left seat, and the middle seat in the back. If you're the only passenger, you should sit in the front to accompany the driver.
Oh wow, that's very structured. I never thought about sitting that way. So what happens if there's a driver hired to drive the car, like a private car?
Yeah, in that case, things change. The back seats, especially the rear right seat, are considered the most respectful, and they're reserved for the highest ranking or most important guest. But sometimes people break this rule for comfort, like letting a bigger person or a lady sit in the front.
I see. It's interesting that so much thought goes into this. In Malaysia, it's a bit different. If my husband's parents are with us, I would definitely let them sit in front. But I personally love the back seat because I can relax and enjoy my music. So I just can look out the window and not be part of the conversation.
Yes, I get that. It's similar here, but there are more social rules involved. For example, in business or formal settings, you should never let the front seat go empty. If the driver is the host, at least one person should sit in the front to show respect and companionship.
That actually makes sense. What about when there's a leader or somebody who's really important? How do the seats work then?
Good question. When a leader or high ranking guest is involved, they usually sit in the back, and their assistant or bodyguard will take the front seat. The leader will typically sit in the rear right seat, and if there are more people, the seating order is adjusted based on their ranks.
Oh, that's so formal. I imagine this gets really tricky when there are multiple passengers, like during business trips.
Yeah, absolutely. There are even more detailed rules for that. For example, when couples are involved, the host couple will sit in the front, while the guest couple sits in the back. If the host couple is giving a ride to a friend and their spouse, the friend sits in the front and their spouse in the back.
Wow, so many details. It sounds like the seating arrangement can become a whole puzzle. Are there safety considerations as well?
Yes, safety is also a factor. Studies have shown that the safest seat in the car is actually the middle seat in the back. The rear left and right seats are also safer than the front seats, with the front passenger seat being the most dangerous. So, from a safety perspective, some people prefer to let their elders sit in the back, even though traditionally they are given the front seat as a sign of respect.
That's good to know. I've also heard that in some cultures, right, it's considered disrespectful for a younger person or a guest to sit in the back. Is that true in China too?
Yeah, especially when there's a younger woman sitting in the front seat with another woman's husband, it can be awkward, especially in the case of younger couples. It seems as inappropriate if they're sit together alone in the front. But at the same time, if someone sits in the back when the driver is a close friend or family, it might be seen as rude, like you are treating them a chauffeur.
Oh, that's a delicate balance. So, in conclusion, it seems like seating etiquette really depends on relationships, safety, and I think cultural expectations. Whether in China, Malaysia, or elsewhere, the best thing to do is just to be considerate of everyone's feeling and follow the local customs.
Exactly. Whether you sit in the front or the back, the most important thing is to show respect and be mindful of who you are traveling with. Understanding the rules, even the unspoken ones, helps avoid any awkward situations. So next time you're in a car, think twice before you pick a seat.
Yes, ma'am. Great advice. I will follow that.
Mhm.
Thanks for sharing those insights, Vicky. I definitely learned a lot today.
Glad to hear it. And thanks to our listeners for tuning in to another episode of Sky English. See you next time.